What's up, ladies and gents? Alleyco back here again, and today I'm going to be talking about Ni no Kuni 2. Now, this game came out about, we're actually back in March, and actually I got some really good time to really play it and really get into it. First and foremost, I've never really played the first game. Never got interested in the first game. I know there was a lot of praise and a lot of hype surrounding the first game, and yeah, and really, I guess a lot of a big reason why I never really got into it. Maybe the art style to me, even though it's been a very revered art style, is very much is I guess back at the time it was kind of kiddish for me, so I just kind of just didn't really get into it. It felt like a sort of really kind of like a game that didn't just fit my vibe at the time. And of course, for some reason, when this game first started getting the hype and advertisement, I didn't really kind of dive into it immediately either. But then over time, I kind of really got a lot more into it. So when I started learning about the gameplay style, I started really kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give this game a shot. And I'm really glad I did, because really this game is probably one of my favorite JRPGs in years, and probably rank up there with me with the Chrono Triggers and the Final Fantasy sixes and all that stuff. I really like this game. Let me go ahead and just say this: the art style for it. I think I guess it's inspired by Studio Ghibli. I know it. That's a very revered kind of art style, and like there's been big movies that's won Oscars for with this art style, and it is very beautiful. It is amazingly beautiful. The world that this game created is just fantastic. Can't say enough really good things about it. It's very vibrant. It's very clear. It's just so pretty to look at. Um, I would say the game, as far as sound and voices and such like that. The sound as far as the music, I love the sound. I love the music. It is absolutely weather environment. The soundtrack, and I believe the collector's edition has like a sound, has different things, including maybe a soundtrack. I thought that that's what they advertised. There's a reason that soundtrack is included. The soundtrack in this game is very good, very phenomenal. Um, the thing is, a lot of the music really does suit the like certain environments. Like you have this this environment based around gambling in a casino and whatnot, and the music is very big, bombastic, kind of brassy, just like you expect like sort of Vegas type of vibe. On the flip side, you have something yeah, when you come to something more water based, you have a lot of like something you would equip to like kind of a sort of underwater sea type of vibe to it, or something that's more technology based, something that you really that it's a techno vibe, very machine type of vibe to it. So the music is actually really well done. They make some really wonderful music choices in design. I love it. The voice acting, when it's there, is really good. If it's one thing I'll turn around and just pick on, is that I wish there was more voice acting. I wish it was more fully voice acted. Maybe it won't get like, no, I wouldn't expect a game, especially the scope that it is, to have a total full voice acting thing, because it probably may have been too much. Who knows? But I really wish that they had a lot more to it than some of the stuff that we get. Is like the reward of having a fully voice acted scene is so few and far between, and I wish they really had got a lot more of it in this game, because what's there is really good. It's just that I just needed more of it. Um, Now, for the gameplay, the controls, there's different aspects to the gameplay. First and foremost, there's the battle system, which, from what I understood, is very different from the first Ni no Kuni game. First Ni no Kuni was very turn-based, super traditional. It centered around like a sort of from what I understood, sort of semi Pokemon-ish style, where you collect little, I don't know what they were called in the first game, but essentially little assistance monsters, whatever, and you use them to battle. That's part of your big battle strategy. This game is more of an action of a real action RPG. You when you go into battle, you free roam, you swing freely with your weapons and stuff like that. You use magic. Everything is very action based. I mean, that's the thing that really drew me into trying this game out because I really was attracted to the potential of that style, and it plays off really, really well. It keeps me engaged, and I mean, I never got bored. It's very fantastic. Now, I'm not knocking traditional turn-based RPGs. In fact, one of my favorites from last year, Cosmic Star Heroine, is a very more stringent turn-based game, which I really got into too. But this is actually really, really well done. I I'll be honest, I like it. I like it way better than say Final Fantasy 15. I mean, that's really big. I mean, yeah, it's just very, very engaging. And of course, also you have these little thing called higgledies, which are kind of sort of assist characters. But what they do is that when you're able to power them up, they do like special abilities. Like they may heal you, they may turn around and do a specific attack based on their element. You know, they have all sorts of different little mini things there. Those are pretty well done. Those are fantastic. Another aspect of the gameplay is your world building, which I love just as much as the combat and everything in this game, because you build your own kingdom, and you get to recruit people to come into your kingdom and help build it up. You build up different places and areas inside that kingdom, and what it does is a lot of stuff it builds up actually helps you throughout the game. I mean, you can build something that can help you when it comes to acquiring weapons, armor, stuff like that, or help you like to unlock spells, to learn spells, something to something like to help with whatever craft you may have later on in the game. I'm trying not to really go into deep spoilers, but all those things kind of help build up everything. A lot of things that you do in your kingdom helps to build up and help you on your adventure, which is very, very wonderful. I love that. I mean, I love that aspect of it. It's just an amazing thing to find, and it really does. It's a big, long game, but stuff like that respects your time. I mean, it's good to, a lot of good times that you can put into this game, but it respects your time. Nothing feels like filler. It very much, everything very much, is for a purpose, and it really and that's just fantastic. Um, if there's one thing that's kind of dicey, it's the third gameplay aspect of the game, and that's the battles, the kind of like the squad battles, I should say. That's really that should be specific. The squad battling is a little iffy to me. It's basically you get these, you control a squad of like usually about 4 units. Like you get at least 2 units. You start off with two, and it builds up to four, and you get to interswap them. But basically, you go into these different battles where you kind of march through, and you take on another different squad, and you know, and really to accomplish a lot of the side quests and stuff, you have to be able to engage in these things. There's only a few of them that is part of the main quest, as far as the few that I've seen. At first, I wasn't as engaged with it, but I actually got a lot more into it as time went on. So yeah, it's one of those that is not as intricate as the regular battles or even the kingdom building. It's basically very it's very like kind of touch and go. There's some things that I've kind of narrowed down, figure out okay, this works, like what works against this or what not. But then there's other aspects that I can tell is like it's there, but I'm not as into it. So it's not. So I just can't really. So you know, it's a 50-50, but it's not interfering too much to where. And this is the respect the time part that actually works up to his favor too. It doesn't interfere with you too much to take you away from what you're trying to do in the game, which is fantastic. I pretty much love it. The characters. I mean, I really really like these characters. They're very nice. You have a central group of characters that you basically um, that you basically kind of like whip up and you do your battles with, and everything. Your grand adventure. A great majority of them you kind of come across in very short order, very slow succession, and then there's a few more that comes as the story progresses along. I really like the way these characters are. I really like how they build up. I don't find myself not liking any of them, so that's actually really cool. There's a lot of side characters, of course, especially when you're building up your kingdom. That's a very fantastic element as well. They're actually really cool characters in some ways. They get, some of them are part of your squad battles. Some of them help build up your kingdom in different ways. There's certain missions that surrounding these characters. It's actually really cool. You just have, and as far as with the story, there's just certain it's just the story, the side quest, and the main quest, and stuff like that. Basically, you have a lot of different moves. Whether there's some things that are kind of funny, there's some kind of nice melancholy stuff, some romantic stuff. It's really well played, and it's very well done. Nothing overstays its welcome. Very fantastic. Like I said, I really like this game. It's one of the best. It's one of the best JRPGs I've really played in a long time. It really is my idea of where the JRPG genre should continue to evolve into the way it plays and the way it feels. It's a very smooth game as far as difficulty goes. There's no hard spikes in difficulty or anything like that. You do have some challenging monsters as you progress through the game. Some people would say, "Oh, this feels too easy." I think at the beginning it really did feel so smooth that it felt too easy, and you can overwhelm things. You do face your challenges as time goes on. You face rather monsters. There's certain monsters that are like very specified, like purple ore monsters, which the difficulty is very spiked. You have to be very skilled at how you attack them, and they can attack you and take you down pretty quickly if you're not careful. You have to manage things very well, and they're a very good challenge. So all in all, this is a really great game. I highly recommend you to try it, especially if you're a very big fan of JRPGs, and even if you're not, if you really like more action, even a hack and slash type style, play this game. This is a really good game. Right, and this is a really highly recommended game. It'll probably end up being a Game of the Year candidate for me later on. I know some people it may wear off because there's other really big games coming out later this year, but I really love it. I recommend it very big time. So that's my thoughts. Any thoughts that you may have, any opinions, just let me know in the comment below. Send some love with the like and subscribe buttons if you really enjoy this kind of content. And yeah, just open up some chat. Let me know. All right. I will talk to you later. All right. Peace out. Have a good night. Bye.